Hey guys, Micah here with EbikeSchool.com. Now a while back I wrote a news article for Electrek about how Xiaomi had released a $261 e-bike, but it was only available in China. And I got curious about the bike, so I called up a friend of mine in China, sent him some cash, and he bought that bike and sent it to me. So now I'm going to do the unboxing and test ride of a $261 e-bike. I'm curious to see how it goes, so let's find out. This thing looks like it's seen some better days, I'll be honest. All right, here goes nothing. Whew, that's a little bike. I mean, I knew it'd be little, but this is even littler than I had expected. Is the seat post supposed to fit in there, or how does this work? I feel like that got bent in shipping. There we go. That's the rule about bent things. Usually you can unbend them. Right, is it just me or is the brakes a little forward twisted? Oh. Everything else on the handlebars is aligned correctly. I hope this came with the 5mm Allen. Surely it didn't. Oh, look at that! 5mm Allen. Everything's better in life when it comes to the 5mm Allen. Yeah, it's more comfortable. Yeah, what is this thing? Oh, that's cute. It comes with a little license plate mount. I guess maybe if you wanted to register this, maybe in China you can register these. That's cute. Alright, well I don't think I'll need that, but nice touch. I want to register my little $260 e-bike. Where's the charger? There's definitely no charger in here. Yeah, I think my friend forgot to send me the charger. All right, hopefully it's got some charge on it already. Oh, all right, this is cool. I gotta bring you around for this. All right, look at this. So I opened up this little case here, and inside it's got its built-in charger and charging cord already attached. Isn't that cool? Oh man, I really hope this thing accepts 110. I didn't think about that, and that might be an issue. But I really like this cute little onboard charger and charging cable solution here. That's nice. If I can get past the chain here to zip it up. Yeah, isn't that cool? I like that. Not bad. So the bike is not turning on. So I don't think it shipped with a charge, which is not a good sign. But I'm gonna bring it in, gonna charge it up, and then we're gonna give this thing a test ride. So the good news is that despite arriving with an empty battery, after plugging it in, the bike fired right up. So I left it on the charger for a few hours until it was fully charged, and then I was ready to take it out for a test ride. So yeah, here it goes. This thing is a hoot. I mean, look how tiny it is. It's just hilarious to ride around. It's got these little 12-inch wheels, a 250-watt rear motor, and it has a blistering top speed of around 20 kilometers per hour or about 12 miles per hour. There's nothing fancy to write home about here, obviously. I mean, except for that hidden little onboard charger, which I'm still kind of tickled about. But even though there's nothing fancy about this bike, it's still working pretty well. I don't weigh that much, I'm about 70 kilos or 150 pounds, and it certainly gets me up to speed just fine, and I weigh a lot more than the small Asian women that this thing seems to be designed for. But for a $261 electric bicycle, it seems to be working just fine. I mean, it's got a nice little LCD display, it's got pedal assist, there's a hand throttle, there are lights, pneumatic tires, it's even got disc brakes. I mean, it's a fully functional electric bike, it's just a tiny one. And of course it's got a tiny battery as well. It's only 216 watt hours, which is not much. I've found that I'm getting a maximum range of about 12 to 14 miles, and that's really only that high because the top speed is so low, so it can't use that much energy. With the range of just over 20 kilometers, it's not amazing, or even good really. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine, I would describe it as. It'll get you from one side of the city to the other, and maybe back, depending on how big your city is. So would I recommend this bike? Probably not for anyone who wants to use it for a serious commute. I mean, it's just not going to be great for higher speed roads or longer distances. But for someone who wants a tiny e-bike for short hops around the city, this thing could be kind of perfect. I mean, look how small and convenient it is. It practically disappears in this standard apartment building elevator. The thing is just tiny. You could put it in the trunk of your car and forget it was there. It'd basically be like a little electric dinghy for your car if you wanted to use it like a last mile vehicle. Of course, if you do want to get your own Xiaomi Hemo V1, you're gonna have a tricky time finding it. Like I said, I had to ask a friend to buy one for me in China and then mail it to me in the US. And the $261 price went up by a bit over $100 to cover the shipping. $360 is still cheap for an e-bike, but it becomes a bit less attractive and less funny at that price. And you can also find them on AliExpress too, but the cost is over $500 plus shipping. Please don't spend $500 on this thing. It's fun at $260, but it's kind of silly at $600 or $700. So basically, this is how I'd summarize it. It's a fun little e-bike for screwing around on, and it might make a halfway decent commuter for small people in a city environment, but it's far from the best bike I've ever ridden. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I hope you give it a thumbs up. And last but not least, it's time to announce the winner of the book giveaway from my last video. And the randomly selected commenter is... Scott Swineford. So congratulations, just let me know which one of my books you'd like, either the Ultimate Do-It-Yourself e-bike guide, DIY Lithium Batteries, DIY Solar Power, or Electric Motorcycles 2019, and let me know where to send it. And anybody else who wants to win one of my books, all you have to do is put a comment below this video, and hopefully you'll be the randomly chosen commenter at the end of my next video. Thanks for watching everybody, see you next time.